Hi everyone. So today we are going to talk about the chapter 7 of class 7, that is weather, climate and adaptation of animals in the subject science. For this chapter we will have two videos. The first video is going to cover weather, only the weather part, and the second video is going to cover the climate and the various adaptations of animals due to the changing climate and weather. So let us first get into what is weather. So you must have seen that many of our daily activities are planned based on the weather predicted for that day. Like normally when it is monsoon and you really don't know whether you should go for a long distance or not. So the first thing you do is you check on Google or on your phone regarding the weather. So it is going to show you the weather report of the entire day, entire week, entire month, that how is going to be the weather. It is going to be sunny or cloudy or rainy, whether there will be precipitation, that is whether there will be rainfall or snowfall, it is going to show you all. And according to that, you plan your day. The daily weather report carries information about the temperature. So it is going to be the maximum temperature, the minimum temperature, the average temperature of that particular day is mentioned. The humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air, that is the moisture in the air. The more the humidity, more will be the chances of the rain and the rainfall during the past 24 hours. It also predicts the weather for the particular day. And as we have discussed, humidity is the measure of the moisture in air or the amount of water vapor present in the air. Now this is one weather report that you see of the current day. So if you see the temperature, so it is going to show you the temperature, the precipitation and the wind. The top part that you see, the top left corner that you see is for a particular day, that is, suppose it is Monday today. So it is going to show you of that particular day, Monday at 11 o'clock, what is the weather in Ahmedabad. So it is going to be partly cloudy. It is partly cloudy. It is 31 degrees Celsius. The average temperature of Ahmedabad is 31 degrees Celsius. If you click on Fahrenheit, it is going to show you the temperature in Fahrenheit. Then precipitation is 5%. That is, the chances of rain is actually very, very less. If it's 100% precipitation, then there are chances of rain. Humidity is quite high. It is 74%. So it's going to be very humid. So you will feel sweaty. You will feel a lot of water vapor in the air, but it is not going to rain. And there is wind, that is 13 km per hour is the wind speed. So when you talk about weather, these three things are actually very important: the precipitation, the humidity, the wind and the temperature. So four things decide what will be the weather of a particular day. Now if you see down, there is also a graph which is shown, which shows the weather for the entire week and how it is going to be there, and then it can be predicted for the entire month also. So according to today's weather condition and the satellite images, the meteorologist or the hydrologist can also predict the weather of a particular place for the entire week. So if you see Monday, and according to the time also, it is going to show you that what time, what it will be. So on Tuesday at 3 p.m., Wednesday on 6 p.m, it also will be showing you day wise, hour wise the weather report. So this you can study on your own also and try to figure out the weather of a particular place. You also can find out weather of a different place. Sitting at a different city, you can actually predict and see what is the weather of the different places across the world. Now rain gauge. The way when you have fever, we measure the temperature using thermometer. And you must have seen that first mama puts like this and then she is not very sure, so then she'll put a thermometer and then the exact reading is going to come. The same way a rain gauge is used to measure the rainfall, what amount of rainfall has happened. Like if you see in the newspaper during monsoon, it is mentioned that 70% rain has already occurred, or 100% rain is already occurred, or it is more than or it is less than the average rainfall. So how do you know whether it is more or less? So you will have to use the rain gauge to find out the rainfall which is happening in millimeter. So it's an instrument which is actually a cylinder. On top of it there is a funnel. Now the places where it is, the precipitation is in the form of rainfall, this setup is okay. But the places where the precipitation is in the form of a snow or hailstorms, then there is a different instrument. It is called rain gauge, but it is slightly modified because it has to turn into water. The snow has to turn into water for this to work. Now here, due to the funnel which is there, the rainwater is collected in the beaker and the depth of the precipitation is measured according over a unit area, and this is how we know that in this particular area this millimeter of rain has happened. So now we come to the exact definition of weather after understanding what is weather, how it is measured. So the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to temperature, that we have seen 4 conditions: temperature, humidity, rainfall means the precipitation, and wind speed. That is the weather of a particular place. So weather changes every day. So it is day wise. While you have another thing which is called climate. Climate of a particular place doesn't change. It remains same over the years. So during this it's going to be rainy, it's going to be windy. But weather is, it changes every day. The temperature, the humidity and other factors, they are called elements of the weather. So the 4 things that we have studied which affects the weather are called the elements of the weather, and it changes every day. There is something called maximum and minimum temperature. The maximum temperature of the day occurs generally in the afternoon when it is 12 o'clock, and the minimum temperature is in the early morning. That is how we know the maximum and the minimum temperature, which is there on the news channel also, it's in the newspaper also. And there's a separate thermometer to measure the weather for maximum temperature and minimum temperature. On the same thermometer you will have both the measurements, which will be measured by the mercury. So it is there. All changes. Now how are the changes in weather happening? So all the changes in the weather, they happen due to sun, due to the tilt of the sun. So earth is a sphere, sun is also a ball of gases, a huge ball of gases, and it is extremely hot. It is far off from earth, but still its heat is, it is reaching earth at a particular places facing the sun. The source of all heat and light on the earth is sun. Sun gives us a lot of heat and light energy which is absorbed by the earth. It is also reflected. So some part is absorbed and some is reflected back in the space. So this reflection, absorption on the earth's surface through the ocean and atmosphere plays an important role in determining weather of a particular place. And the weather differs. On mountains it is going to be little cool, on plains it's going to be hot, near beaches it is going to be humid. So again, weather depends on place to place. In desert it can never be rainy. So weather is different for different places. Now primarily weather occurs due to air pressure, due to temperature and moisture differences between one place to another, and that is why weather of 2 places will differ due to this reason. The differences occur due to the sun's angle at any particular spot. Because sun is far off and earth is here, if the sun is above, if the sun is right in front, if the sun is down, the weather is going to change. On the earth we have latitudes, we have longitudes, we have tropics. So there is Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. All these lines, which are imaginary lines on earth, will depend, the weather on these lines will depend on the sun's tilt at a particular time. So if it is equator, it is actually going to be pretty hot. If it is tropic, it is going towards the poles, it is going to be cooler, and on the pole absolutely it is cooler. So this all depends on the position of the place with respect to the sun's tilt. The farther from the tropic one lies, the lower the sun's angle is, and which causes it to be cooler. So if this is sun, this is earth, it is going to bulge from both the sides. So it is bulging. So sun will be little near to it. So it's going to be hot. But the moment you go from here to here, it is far off from the sun, and then this is going to be little cooler. That is how the weather changes from place to place. This was all about weather. In the next video, we are going to talk about climate and adaptation of animals according to various climate and weather conditions. If you have any question, you can type it in the comment box. You can share, you can like, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.